Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. I will be showing you how to make a copy of a clay sculpture. Here's a figure I made out of polymer clay. I'll be using the foam board to build a mold box around the figure. Long tubes that I put on the hands and feet will act as vents so air can escape, as well as pour resin into the mold itself. Using a hot glue gun, I will anchor this figure to the craft foam board, and then I will glue 4-sided walls around the figure. After I glue the mold box, I carefully seal up any holes or gaps along the edges of the mold, making sure that no silicone can leak out. For mold making rubber, I'll be using Mold Star 16 Fast because there's a cure time of only 30 minutes. After I pour equal parts A and B, I take my mixing stick and I carefully stir the mixture, taking care to scrape the sides and the bottom of the container to ensure everything is thoroughly mixed. To reduce the appearance of bubbles, I pour from a high point and take care not to pour the silicone directly on the object that I'm casting. You want to pour the silicone around the figure slowly, allowing it to seep into tight spots and level itself out. Otherwise, you will get trapped air pockets that will form into void spots in your mold once it cures. Now that I finished pouring all the silicone into the mold box, I will leave it alone for 30 minutes to let it cure, but I will cut to the point where it already has finished curing in this video. Taking apart the mold box, I trim away any excess flash with a cuticle nail scissor, just to tidy up the mold a bit. Then carefully with an X-Acto knife, I cut along the sides of the original figure. You'll want to take your time with this so your casting will come out easier and neater. Making short jagged cuts and a zigzag shape along the sides of the mold will make it so that the two halves locked into each other like two puzzle pieces. Keep in mind during this process it's almost impossible to remove the original without breaking it. So if you want to preserve the original, you can always glue the pieces back together. Personally, I don't find that necessary since you can just cast many copies and just use one of the copies as the new original. After you've freed the original and removed any debris from the mold, you will want to securely close it with rubber bands and place the mold on a mat or a container in case of spillage. Be sure to wear gloves, face masks, and work in a well-ventilated area when using resin. Now the resin I'll be using is called Smooth Cast 300 and it has a quick 10-minute cure time and 1:1 ratio, which means equal parts A and B. It's also forgiving, so if you're a bit off it won't affect it too much. I just eyeball it at this point. Like with the silicone, pour from a high point slowly and let it fill and level itself out to reduce the appearance of bubbles forming in the cast. And wait at least 10 minutes for it to harden completely. Also, if you wish to buy these products that I use in the video, I have a link to each of them in the description. Also, as an Amazon affiliate, any purchase made through these links will also help this channel out as well, and I really appreciate the support. This resin, when cured, can be baked with polymer clay, but it can be a bit floppy when you pull it out of the oven, so wait for the piece to cool off first if you plan to bake this with polymer clay. After the resin is cured, you can pull it out of the mold and cut off the sprues and sand it down a bit. I use small nippers that are often used by model kit hobbyists. This one is a bit flexible because I removed it too soon. I should have let it sit a bit longer. Oh well. Now here is a side-by-side comparison with the original. And there you have it, a bunch of successful copies. And if I ever need to make more, I could just pour more resin in the mold and create new bases in 10 minutes. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. I will be making more craft tutorials in the future, so feel free to subscribe if you want to learn about mold making or making your own toys. That's all for now, and I wish you all luck in your future projects.